I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only
What's
one.
up, everybody? Welcome to my channel.
No one
I'm
likes being
Sunshinery. Make
lied
sure
to.
to subscribe and like this video.
You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. We are here for Rachel Goes Rogue, Chapter 23. You look good in my shirt. I guess Rachel wanted to address the Stagecoach stories, which to me just seems unnecessary. I don't get why she even thinks that this is something that needs to be addressed. Oh, well, you have the same shirt as Ariana. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. People are going to talk about it, but by you making it a big deal, this is then why people talk more. And it makes it feel like that you're not over this whole situation. Like, literally, this is what we mean by you just keep dragging it out, girl. You should be honored. Ariana looked amazing in that shirt, and so did you. So, like, take it as a fucking compliment, in my opinion. And apparently, she's also going to address Shitgate and rumors she's dating somebody new. Which, yes, we saw those rumors. His name was Matt Dunn, and he was a good-looking guy that you were at Stagecoach with. I did mention that on the last episode as well, in the beginning. We didn't really go over the details, but since you want to talk about it, we're going to talk about it too now. So let's buckle up and get right into it. But first, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're not yet subscribed, and make sure those notifications are on. All right, I'm going to start driving this car. Let's hold on, guys.
Welcome back to another episode of Rachel Goes Rogue. This is your host, Rachel Savannah Leviss, and today we're talking about Stagecoach. I just got back from the festival, and it was such an incredible experience. But I'm here with my producer, and she'll be asking me questions about it too. I'm super excited to talk about it because the last time I went to Stagecoach was with my friend Jenny, and this was not last year, but the year before that. I did run into her at Stagecoach, which was great because it was the first time seeing her since everything happened. The first time I went to Stagecoach was when I was in high school. So this wasn't my first time, but I went with some people who I'm very lucky to call my friends. My friend Austin invited me, and he brought some of his friends from all over the country, Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, kind of all over. And it was their first time going. So as a veteran festival goer, it was fun kind of like showing them the ropes and taking them around the fairgrounds. It was a really cool experience. It's like a group of pageant people, like in the pageant world, because Austin Ride is a photographer and makeup artist, and he has a lot of connections with previous title holders, current title holders. So I went with a former Miss USA, a current Miss Nevada, some really cool girls. So it was a good group to experience Stagecoach with.
I mean, Rachel, it's not that hard to go onto your IG and, click the photo to show the tags to who the people are in the photo. And did I go and click the people's names to see who they were? Yes, Miss USA, Miss Nevada, the makeup artist that does a lot of the pageants, though she did tag a couple of the guys, so I did click on them as well. But it was easy to assess who these people were that you were hanging out with. I mean, that is how they found Matt, the guy that they are saying is maybe your new man. I mean, he did change his profile picture to be a picture with you and him. And I get it. You are like, a D-list celebrity, so who wouldn't want a picture with a D-list celebrity and put it as their profile picture? Or, I mean, you guys could be seeing each other and you didn't say, hey, don't do that, they will come for you. Or you knew that and you were just like, listen, you want people to come for you? Put my picture with you. I mean, it's easy to see. So I did go and I checked out the pictures, and as you guys are already seeing on the screen, all the different people and all the fun that they had at Stagecoach and all of that great stuff. So let's hear what else she has to say about it.
Did you run into anyone else from the show at the festival?
I did not, thank goodness. Although Austin did tell me that Sheena and Brock walked by and they were with his mutual friend and he went up to say hi and he just got ignored. I suspect that they probably saw me, but yeah, no interactions, which is fine. And I found out yesterday that Tom Sandoval was also at Stagecoach. I did not know that he was interested in country music. So that was interesting. I guess it's because James was DJing at Stagecoach. He was opening up for Diplo, but I chose to opt out.
Who was your favorite set while you were there?
Bailey Zimmerman killed it. Great music, great set, good energy. And we were so close to the stage too. So it was a whole experience. Miranda Lambert killed it. I mean, she has so many hits. That was really fun to like sing along to her music. Morgan Wallen, I mean, that was probably the best set. Obviously, they saved the best for last. So many hits, so many like great moments. And I didn't grow up on country music. So country is a genre that I'm able to appreciate because I love the storytelling that goes into country music. The group that I was with were like hardcore country goers. So it was just really fun being in that environment, in that atmosphere.
I will say, I didn't know that Sandoval went to Stagecoach, and you don't need to love country music to go to Stagecoach. That's just so stupid to even say. Like, girl, I am not a big country music fan. There is country music that I enjoy, that I love. I love anything that is good music, that has a good story and lyrics and sound. It doesn't matter if it's pop rock, if it's heavy metal, if it's country, if it's any genre. It could be R&B or jazz. That's not where the passion comes. So just because I don't enjoy country music doesn't mean that I wouldn't want to go to Stagecoach if I had the chance or was around that area to go. And I feel like she didn't even need to say anything about Sheena or Brock here. She could have said that, yeah, Austin went up to their mutual friend that Sheena and Brock were with, but I'm glad that I didn't have to see them. Why did she have to insinuate that they shrugged him off and didn't talk to him? I mean, right there, that's her having to add that little petty dig in. And it's things like that that really bother me about people. It's like, those little digs, is it necessary? No. But that just proves how you are and what you're about. And it's clear to see. So, I'm glad she didn't have to run into anyone that was, old Vanderpump Rules castmates. Especially Sandoval, I will say that. I'm glad she didn't have to run into him. And I'm glad that she got to enjoy herself. They all got to enjoy themselves. And it was a peaceful environment for everybody.
Let's talk festival fashion for a minute, because one of the things that I love most about festivals is getting to dress up. And for me, the clothes that I choose to wear are an expression of my personality. Each day was very unique, which is kind of like an ode to the different parts of myself, which I love. So the first day, I wore the denim jeans with embroidery, the orange crop top, and a cute cowboy hat and cowboy boots. And the second day, I also wore cowboy boots with a sparkly French dress. It had stars on it, which I absolutely love stars. So that's like an ode to the universe and what that means to me. I think it's very fun to mix the feminine with the masculine energy with fashion, just like embracing all of that. And then by the third day, all of our feet were killing us and there was no way I could wear cowboy boots. So I opted for Vans, which was a lifesaver. I wore pink romper that had like floral print, a pink hat, and our group dressed in theme, which was the American flag. Our group got like a small American flag and I wrapped a bandana around it. And so I was the line leader and I kind of looked like a tour guide. So they were like, all right, Rachel, you lead the way. I don't know. It was just very fun to kind of play into those parts and to have fun and express myself in fashion. All of these looks I already had in my closet, or I should say my storage unit. That was cool for me because typically I would go out and purchase different looks for each day. But this time I already had these pieces from different purchases over time and I put them together to create my whole 3-day ensemble. And it just like came together pretty effortlessly. So that's great.
And listen, girl, you looked incredible. I said that last week and I'm going to say it again. I thought you looked incredible in all of your outfits for Stagecoach. I know how to give credit where credit is due. You looked incredible. Now, I do wish, though, you would have taken better photos of just yourself in these outfits because then I really could have had some awesome photos to use for these slides that I do of you. But I don't know if it was just like the dust or like the lighting and just having so much background that it was very hard to even edit the one that I have here with the orange crop top and your cool jeans that did have like a cool sunset design on the bottom and on the back too. I really do love those jeans and I think it all looked great together. You know what I mean? Even the sparkly dress, I loved it. I did feel it was kind of a bit over the top for that event. But that's my opinion. You still looked stunning in it. Day 3, yeah, cute, romper, boom, bang, bing. I think it's funny that, like, you felt like you were, like, the Stagecoach veteran. Follow me, everybody. Like, I get it. Out of, like, the people that you were with, you were there, like, you've been there before, and they haven't. And it kind of probably felt really cool to be like, look, there's the Ferris wheel. Look, that's one stage. There's the other stage. This is where, like, you party at night. Like, I bet it was a lot of fun to feel like you were the veteran and getting to show the newbies around and all of that. I get it. I get it. Okay, Rachel, when are you going to talk about the top? I know that's why we're here. You name the chapter. I'm wearing your shirt for a reason, or your shirt. I forgot the name is already. We know why we're here, though. So give it to us.
I had to find the sparkly French dress that I was envisioning. And that dress I actually had picked out to wear at Coachella 2 years ago. But Tom and Ariana, they talked me out of wearing it. They're like, no, we're not going to go home to change. Like, you should just wear what you're wearing. But this time I was like, F it. Like, I want to wear what I originally wanted to wear. And this time it's even better because it's Stagecoach. So the French kind of goes with the whole theme. And I got so many compliments. Yeah, it was a really beautiful dress to wear during the daytime because it sparkled. And then during the nighttime because of the stage lights and the lighting is a stunner for sure. All right, outfit check. We got the Sherry Hill dress. A little extra, but that's how I like it. I did a little bandana switch up. So the pink bandana is now on the back. The blue bandana is around my neck and the beige is under the hat.
Again, here she is making sure she lets everybody know by kind of adding that little dig about not being able to wear the dress 2 years ago for Coachella because Tom and Ariana said they weren't going back to get changed. So she couldn't wear it. I mean, girl, you could have just been like, listen, I had plans to wear this for Coachella, and we ended up not going back to get changed, so I never had the opportunity to wear it. But you made sure to put that little dig in. And this is why we all say that you are not over the situation. Or maybe you're just So hurt still that you continue to be petty Betty with these little digs just to make sure that you get that last word in. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm being very biased and unfair with her right now? Or do you think this is like what she does? And this is why we all say what we say, like, and feel the way we feel about her just not being over it? Let me know down below. Also, I did want to include her outfit of the day video because, like I said, the dress was beautiful. My opinion was it was, yes, a little bit over the top for the event, but it was still beautiful. You look stunning, and I can definitely see with the sparkles, the lights hitting it, and how beautiful it looked and all of that. So, as long as you were happy, that's all that matters. My opinion doesn't matter. Nobody else's opinion matters. And girl, you're still not talking about why we're here. Why name the episode that if you're not going to talk about it? Are you clickbaiting us? Are you clickbaiting us? I kind of feel clickbaited. Though you did mention it in the beginning that this is the reason why you're doing this episode. Ugh. I don't know. Maybe we won't hear anything about the shirt. Let's find out.
Well, from your Instagram, it looked like you were having a great time. But I wonder, you've spoken so openly about being sober this year. Is it hard in that kind of environment to keep your promise to yourself? How do you kind of stay grounded? Did you feel like you were missing out at all? Did you slip up at all?
No, I feel very grounded in my sobriety, and the group that I was with was very respectful of where I'm at with that. And they didn't pressure me to drink or anything. And I still felt included. When we were pre-gaming before the festival, they made it a point to give me water shots to take with the group so that I didn't feel left out. And I was like, included. I like to keep hydrated anyway. So choosing water over alcohol is not only cost effective, and this is a marathon too. Like 3 days at a festival is a long time. And in the heat, we were walking like miles each day. So feeling good the next day is great. No hangover to worry about. So I felt very good in my own skin and in this sobriety journey.
I'm glad to hear that she wasn't feeling left out or tempted to drink or even felt pressured. That's very important. I'm glad that she is on her sobriety journey and it's going well, and that they made her feel included by giving her water shots while everyone was probably doing vodka shots or whatever kind of shots, which I learned from Tom Sandoval. Those kind of shots are called melting snowman shots. So, like, if you don't want to sound stupid going up to a bar and asking for a shot of water, you ask for a melting snowman shot. I had to. It just reminded me of him, and honestly, that's probably like the one thing I learned from Sandoval that I've taken with me in life. But in all seriousness, I'm glad that she is still on her journey, that she feels comfortable on this journey, and she realizes that alcohol was something that affected her life in a negative aspect, and she can continue on this journey without it. It's not easy to admit that or easy to realize that, so I can give her a lot of credit where credit is due. Just like James and his sobriety journey, it's taken a few times, a few shots, a couple relapses, but he's finally on the right track and he's been making the smart choices and he is doing well, just like you are. That is where you, as well as him, as well as Lala, all deserve props because it's not an easy task to do at all. So, congratulations. I'm proud of you, Rachel.
Okay, so you've also talked about how fan interactions online are very different than fan interactions in person. Did you experience that at all at Stagecoach?
Yes. So, wow. The positive feedback that I was getting from the fans, from you guys that went to Stagecoach and recognized me, and oh my gosh, so much love. It's a world of a difference. And I think it's a good reminder that what you see online is not all factual and not actually a good representation of how people actually feel about me. Because I do get a lot of hate online still, but in person, I think when people saw me, either they recognized that I'm a human being and had that compassion, or I was approached by a lot of people that said like, oh, I was always on your side. You just seemed like so naive to the situation and my heart goes out to you. And then people were saying like, I hope you're doing well. And I'm like, I'm doing much better. Thank you so much. And then I had other people saying like, I really wish you were on this season of Vanderpump Rules. We really miss you and we want to hear your side. And I'm like, listen to my podcast. And they're like, oh, we have been listening, but we just want to see you on the show. So I don't know. It was nice to get that feedback and get like a new perspective on where people are at in their perceptions of me.
Yeah, taking the temperature a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while you were at Stagecoach and having these great interactions in person, did you see the headlines that were happening online? There was one about your shirt that you were wearing. There was a side-by-side photo of a shirt you wore next to a shirt Ariana wore, and it was the same one. Do you want to clarify that?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, apparently we have the same shirt, and I bought that shirt at Urban Outfitters. It just matched my jeans perfectly. I needed something that was form-fitting and showed the embroidery on my pants because they were like very beautifully embroidered with a cactus scenery, a desert scene, and a moon. I needed to show that off. And so a crop top would be ideal, but also I didn't want my stomach showing. So it was like the perfect length and the perfect color to go with the color scheme. So it was something that I already owned. So, people are like, oh, she stole that shirt from Ariana, which is not the case. I purchased it and I didn't even remember seeing her wearing that on the show. To clarify, it's my shirt, not hers. Ariana has her own orange shirt. That's exactly the same.
Let's give them something to talk about. That's what she's doing. She's literally just giving them something to talk about. I get it though. Urban Outfitters is a fairly well-known store, and I can only imagine how many people actually own that same top as well. And do I think that she knew that Ariana had wore it first? There's a possibility. I mean, that's ultimately the real question. If she knew that Ariana had worn this before, would she have worn it? Or did she know that Ariana wore this shirt and that is why she also chose to wear it, even though it also matched very well and it was a great reason to wear it? That's the real question here. Also, before we go on to the next part of this, I also want to say I don't really believe that very many people that dislike her are going to go up to her and say straight to her face, hey, Rachel, you're disgusting for having an affair with your friend's boyfriend of 9 years. I'm so glad you're off VPR. You really think that people have the balls to do that in real life? No, they don't. And that's why they do what they do, because they can hide behind a screen name, behind the keyboard, and say whatever the hell they want. And yes, sometimes they are very meaningful with what they say, but I don't think about 95% of those people that say and do the things that they do online that are mean, cruel, and vicious towards people, they would actually say and do to somebody's face. Now, there is that 5% that will. I mean, there always will be that 5% that will. But majority of the people that are cruel, nasty human beings online don't tend to be cruel, nasty human beings to somebody's face, especially in real life. I mean, they might have more of a percentage of being just a miserable bitch in real life, but they're not going to be the type to see or say to somebody that they saw online or a celebrity, hey, I know you. You're that nasty hoe from that show. They're not gonna. They're just not gonna. I bet there was a lot of people that saw you that maybe gave you a dirty look or whispered to a friend, which, that's their business. But I'm glad that the people that do enjoy Rachel went up to her, gave her words of encouragement, were there to motivate her and let her know just how much they appreciate her. That is all that matters. She deserves to have some peace in her life. And of course, there are going to be those people that understand from her situation. It might not be me, it might not be you, it might not be anybody else that we know, but there are people that have maybe been in similar situations or know how she is feeling, or just know that feeling of being outcasted and feeling bad for somebody. Those people exist. And I'm glad that she has people that can rally behind her, per se, because nobody deserves to feel like they have nobody.
And another headline, your dating life is being talked about right now. Do you want to open up about that?
And we are friends, getting to know each other.
So if Rachel 1 year ago, if you could flash back to Rachel 1 year ago, could see where you are today, you're out, you're living your life again, you're going to festivals publicly. Do you think she would believe how far you've come in a year?
A year ago from today, I did not know how I was going to survive a month from that date. So I think I have come a long way. A year ago today, it was just so chaotic, and it was just nonstop press and people, making up stories and filling in the blanks and making assumptions about who I am. And I felt like my life was over, and I really was struggling to have like a motivation in life to find something to live for, because I felt like everything that I've been doing up to that point, I had been a rule follower and perceived as a good person. When I allowed myself to become more selfish and put myself first for the first time, I got a little carried away, and I did not find a good balance because of the environment that I was in. It became like a coping mechanism and a survival mechanism to choose to be in that relationship with Tom. I couldn't grapple with not being a good person and not living up to expectations that other people had of me. I felt like I was completely defeated and my life was over. And there was a lot of shame surrounding it too, embarrassment, and then also feeling like I'm trying to help myself, and this person that I love isn't actually somebody that cares for my well-being, and grappling over that concept too, because I did not want to believe that. There was heartbreak with that and anger with that. And I just felt like I'm not interested in ever loving someone in a romantic way ever again. It was a lot. I wasn't a very mature person. I was very naive as a person. And I had to go through this hardship to figure out myself, because the part of me that put myself first and was more rebellious was suppressed. I didn't even know what I really wanted. And so when I was discovering like how to take action to get what I wanted, it was a learning process, and I got carried away with it. It's this balancing act. And now I'm coming back to a place that's more in alignment with what I know my values to be. Looking back at my life and seeing how far I've come, 21-year-old me to 29-year-old me, I'm a completely different person. And I know myself a lot better. And even just looking a year back to today, it's like a world of a difference. And so I think that just is a testament to how people are capable of change. And it's important to like celebrate that. Keep pushing yourself and growing and learning from your mistakes and becoming a better person.
Okay, so they're just friends. They're talking and they're getting to know each other. I mean, that's what I would hope to expect. I hope she would be taking it very slow. I would hope that she is trying to get to know him, understand his morals and values. I know he's a single father. I know that might be something that could be difficult for her, that there will always be that other woman in his life, per se. Like, he will always have a baby mama. There might be some baby mama drama that comes with it, though there are people that can separate and be good parents for the child for each other. And I would love to say that happens more than normal, but it's usually the other way around where they just don't get along. Who is, fighting for custody and things like that. We don't know his situation with his baby mama. We just know that he's a single father with a child and his name, and he's religious. He did put his profile on private. Not gonna say that I didn't request him as a friend. Hey, Matt, listen, I'm just trying to do my due diligence for everybody, and also in the sense, make sure that you're not like a scumbag, though from everything I've seen, you don't seem like that. This girl's been through it. She's made a lot of mistakes herself. She's been through a lot within her life so far, especially in relationships. So we just need to be sure that you are a good guy. Like, that's all we're trying to figure out. At least for some of us. I know some of us, not me personally, but there are other people that just want to know. I would like to know that he's a good guy and he has good morals that will keep her on the path that she is choosing to be on in life. I don't think that Rachel is this cold-hearted bitch that did what she did and did it to get back at this person that she might have been jealous of or had some kind of disdain for, whatever the case may be, or that she was just lost. I do believe that she lost herself within the process. She had gone through a lot of heartache. She didn't compensate. Like she said, she didn't balance that taking control over herself and saying, like, I have the power. I'm not going to let people, walk all over me or do this to me. And it got a little bit out of control. And she let loose, which is fine. This is what life is about. You learn from these mistakes and you move forward in them. I will say that was a great question that the producer asked, and she really did answer it, in my opinion, very sincerely. I do wish that she did take a little bit more accountability, and I know that sounds like a broken record, but there are just different things that she could have said that made it seem like she was aware that it wasn't just her being in this bad state and everything she's been through. She also made choices that she knew that were morally wrong and against how she morally felt, and she chose to get lost in that sense of feeling free and feeling that passion that she felt for somebody. And it did get very much really screwed up, and it ended up very bad. And I don't know. I just wish that she would have taken a little bit more accountability in that sense. Like, everything else was perfect. Like, I do believe, like, from the 21-year-old me to the 29-year-old me, I went through a lot in my life. So I get that. I do. And I would be looking back at myself from 29 to 21 being like, I don't know how I made it. So I get that. Even now at 37 years old. Yes, that's how old I am, guys. I turned 37 May 9th. Even looking back at my life and everything that I know, and looking back at my 21-year-old self, I would say to myself, girl, though you went through a lot of ups and downs, you made it out alive. You learned some very important life lessons, and you will take those lessons that you learned throughout life to make sure that you have the best life you possibly can, and that you will never make those same mistakes again. And you know what you need to do now to accomplish everything you want and more. Keep going, keep striving, keep believing, and keep shining. I want to know what you guys think. What would you say to your 21-year-old self now where you are in life? What lessons have you learned? Let me know down below. I know this was a short episode, but we have already another episode she just released the other day, which thankfully she gave me some time while I was sick to recuperate and get these out for you. So I'm literally going to upload this, and while that's uploading, I'm starting the next chapter for us. Plus, I have a Disrespectfully episode that I'm bringing to you all, and a couple other surprises along with the court documents. I have already started that. I just need to finish it. I did find kind of like an AI bot to read certain sections of it. So that way it was easier for me to be able to record that while I was sick and then commentate on it now why I feel better. So that will be out for us as well. I hope you all, though, enjoyed this episode. Make sure to like this video. If you are not subscribed, get subscribed. And make sure that your notifications are set to all so you can get notified every time I post a video or go live. All right, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you again very, 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 very soon. Bye, everyone.
I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus. I can't